Once you've worked out the type of solar panels you want to install, you might be wondering, how long will my solar setup actually take to fully recharge my leisure battery? Well, there's a simple calculation we can do to work out exactly that. First up, we need to know the depth of discharge of our leisure battery. Depth of discharge, sometimes abbreviated to DOD, is the degree to which a battery can be discharged. Each battery type is different in that regard. A lead acid battery, for example, whilst perhaps advertised as 100 amps, will usually have a depth of discharge of just 50%, meaning therefore it can only be discharged by 50% of its capacity. In the case of a 100 amp lead acid battery, only 50 amps is actually available to use. Lithium batteries, however, tend to have a depth of discharge ranging from 80 to 100%, meaning that a 100 amp battery would offer between 80 and 100 amps of available power, although it is usually recommended to only discharge a lithium battery to 80% to prolong the battery's life. It's a really important point to consider when designing your electrical system, and to find out the information on the stated battery's depth of discharge, take a look at your manual or the manufacturer's website. If we had a lithium leisure battery, like the ones we're installing from Renogy, it's going to have 100% depth of discharge, meaning that you'll be able to have full use of the 100 amp hours available in that battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that number, so 100 amp hours, we're going to times it by our system voltage. So ours is 12 volt and will be in most cases, and that number will then give us the amount of watt hours it takes to recharge the battery. So we're going to times 100 by 12, that's going to give us 1,200 watt hours. To account for a little bit of loss here, because there will be overcast days, there are going to be shadows going across the solar panels, calculate that loss at 40%. So what we're going to do is now we're going to take our watt hours that we just worked out, which is 1,200, and we're going to times it by 1.4. So that means it would take 1,680 watt hours to fully recharge our leisure battery from flat. We can then take, say, like our single solar panel here, which is only 100 watts, and we can divide that into the watt hours. So I'm going to take 1,680 watt hours and I'm going to divide that by 100 watts. And that's going to tell me how many hours it's going to take to recharge the battery. So 1,680 divided by 100 is 16.8 hours. So that is quite a long time. It does make you think, oh, maybe I should up the ante a little bit, which of course you can do. So say we want to add a 400 watt solar array now. So we'll do 1,680 watt hours now divided by 400 watts of solar, and that is going to give us 4.2 hours now. So 4.2 hours sounds much better. So don't forget you're going to be running this alongside other components like a split charge relay when you're driving along. You might not be depleting your battery at 100%. And also, if you're going to be doing a lot of traveling in winter, you need to double that number. So our 4.2 hours becomes 8.4 hours, just because there's far less sunlight and it's obviously overcast more. So sit down, do those calculations, and you can work out how many solar panels are going to be best suited for you. Hope that helps. Let me know if you've got any questions, and feel free to check out our other videos on all things to do with DIY campers.